Okay. Where are we? It says we are live, but I don't have... Oh, here comes the picture. And we have Book Lover is here.
Hey, book lover.
Summer officially started for me today, 9th grade. How are you doing?
We're doing
We're
good.
good. You're going into 9th grade or you finished 9th grade? Lily says good morning. And of course, we have our very own Bethany Primrose.
Hello, Lily. Hello, Bethany. How is everybody doing?
They're good, I guess. Velocichunga says howdy, and Coral Creates is here, and Brandy B says good morning, and Leon says morning.
Hello.
Absolutely Normal T-shirt says good morning.
Yes.
Loaf of Bread says morning. Aliana says good morning. First time commenting on the live. Been watching for a while. Love you two so much.
Oh, thank you.
We're sending hugs back. Rayleigh says good morning with a whole lot of O's and G's in there. Dark Snowification says morning, lovely people.
Hello, hello.
Gail is here and says good morning from California. Marvelous Music Monday. Can't wait to see the finished outcome today.
I hope it is finished. I don't know if it will be.
If he finishes today.
Let's see. I think this is going to be a 10-hour piece or a 9-hour piece, which would be 6 lives. So we're on live number 4. But we'll see. I'm taking my time with this.
You are indeed, and we're here for it. Mallercat says, wow, I'm early. Love from Indonesia.
Hello.
Charlie B says howdy. Red Hood says good morning.
Good morning.
Book Lover is going into 9th grade. Feels weird. Glad that you're great. Oh, you're growing up. That's exciting. That is exciting. We have a Nixia here.
Hey, Nixia.
Good morning, friend. How are you? Let's see. Rennie says good morning.
Good morning.
Saturn Valkyrie says, hello, Scott and Donna. Never really got the chance to make it to a live, but I finally got my chance.
Welcome.
And Jacob says good morning. And Zoya says good morning.
Good morning,
Doing
Zoya.
Shakespeare right now, and I'm actually enjoying it. Welcome. Welcome to the club. Shakespeare is wonderful. Difficult, but wonderful. I'm always excited when people are reading new things.
I doth not like Shakespeare.
You doth not like anything. Nobody's listening to that. A baddie says, hi, I saw the notification of the live on my phone and was running to get my iPad to watch. Yay, Julius. Well, good evening to you. Luany got their posters this morning. Yay!
Good.
Ghost Clown, first day of senior year. Wish me luck.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's so exciting. What an exciting year for you. Good morning from Ireland. That's Yiga Foot Soldier.
Good morning.
Rosha says you have so much talent. Your videos brighten my day.
Oh, thank you. Blow dryer.
Yo-Yo says hello from Poland. Good afternoon. How are my friends? Miss Chivius, there's a dot there, says, good morning. I just got my posters in and they are so beautiful. Thank you for painting them and being amazing.
Oh, good morning. Thank you.
Oh, you guys are going to make him insufferable for me today, aren't you? In Puerto Rico right now, it's beautiful but hot. That's Bly Guy. Let's see. Sailor Drool says, this painting reminds me of the one where you had a crisis on how to draw the hair texture.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you be more specific? There's been so many.
I think it's the same. It's the video. My art had a bad hair day.
Yeah, I just think it's funny because every video every painting you do, I feel like you have a crisis with something.
Yeah, that's art.
Yeah. Call me Kit says good morning. Mikhail says love
Good
from
morning.
England. Well, cheers to you. We are having some tea this morning. Good morning from Ohio.
Good morning.
Leon had a lot of rain over the weekend. Took my kids out to play in the rain and splash in all the giant puddles. Now that's a great parent right there. Great parent. You know
Building
what?
those core memories.
Yeah, they only have so much time to splash in puddles. I love that. Good morning from Georgia. It's almost evening here in South Africa.
Blow dryer.
Hold on. It's my day. Let's see. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh no, is Colleen not okay? Oh yeah. We have one of our sons has a rotten summer cold. I'm sorry, Colleen. Feel better, friend. Feel better. Yeah. Kimiyatsu says, I'm thinking of taking on my fear of drawing today. A worker at Blick helped me pick a book out. Yay! Oh, aren't they nice? Art people are nice. The tea of the day is the Harrods Knightsbridge blend. And Ellen has joined us. We have a lot of people who've never been here before. How are we? Bach Choi says, I doth not like Shakespeare either. How did you get that shade of blue? Oh my God, that looks actually perfect.
Which shade?
I think they're talking about, yeah, the wisps, yeah.
Oh, that was just my normal blue with some white in it.
Hudson's going into junior year. Dual enrollment college classes. You know what? You've got this. It'll be fine. It will be a little bit more work, but you've got this. Yiga says that they experienced the greatest day of their life. They can draw hands.
Hey, that's great.
No, you guys. A lot of people are starting school soon. Hello from Australia.
Oh.
Santa's here. Says, look at this piece. Love the look of this piece, Scott. Beautiful work.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
How are you, Santa? Steph Nerd's here.
Thanks, Steph.
How's it going, everybody? Coming. Good morning from the Philippines. Oh, he's not. Sorry, he's not mute. He's muted. Sorry. Thank you.
Blow dryer.
Sorry. Oh, now I gotta mute him again. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. It's Monday. Cut me a little slack. Okay, I've unmuted him. There you go. Box of Bricks is starting college in a few days and won't be able to make pieces. How would I go about continuing to paint and draw? Sketchbook.
Sketchbooks, yeah. I
Between
mean,
classes.
if you just keep maybe like a journal or something, that usually is really good.
Yep.
You know, just start thinking of just drawing everything, little daily stuff. Could be cars, could be your notebooks, it could be your
Yeah.
teacher, it could be whatever.
Draw while you're waiting for class to start. Draw
Yeah.
while you're in the dining
You learn
hall.
so much by just drawing
Yeah.
things.
Draw in the library. Draw while you're waiting for your lecture to start. Let's see. Unknown says, hi, I have a question that's been bothering me a bit about my art. Whenever I draw, I constantly need a reference, but when I don't have a reference, I can't seem to draw anything. Is it okay?
Yeah. I mean, do you ever see me drawing without a reference? I'm always drawing with a reference. Every Michelangelo sculpted with reference, Da Vinci painted with reference, Monet, Van Gogh.
Everybody.
Yeah, we all artists draw and paint with reference. The ones that you see that don't are cartoonists. They're comic book artists. They're anime artists, manga artists. The ones that do impressionism, not impressionism, abstract.
Yeah, abstract.
You know, maybe. But for the most part, if people are drawing people or places or things, they're using reference.
They are indeed.
Anybody who tells you that using reference is bad is usually not an artist.
Or lying through their teeth.
No, I don't think people are that bad.
Or being mean.
Yeah, but for the most part, people don't use that as mean. If they're going to be mean, they're going to say you're ugly. They're not going to say drawing with a, you know.
That's true. Chessie says this is my first time in being in one of your lives. Are you sure? Because your name looks familiar to me. I'll be thinking about that one. Let's see. Oh, how funny. Purple Freak says, it's crazy because recently me and a friend were talking about art and we ended up talking about YouTubers and the first we mentioned was actually you.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Let's see. We have a lot of friends starting school soon.
That's wonderful.
Well, they're all not happy because they wanted more summer.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. 4 p.m. in Germany. Well, hello. How are you? We're doing good. Yeah, he was muted. I'm sorry about that. He's not anymore. Sorry about that. Patricia says, hello, hello. So glad to join in. Good afternoon from the Canary Islands.
Wow. We're supposed to be coming out there soon.
We are indeed.
How is the Canary Islands? We're going to be making a movie there.
If it's bad, don't tell us. We don't want to know. Good morning from the UAE.
Good morning.
Literally midnight where I am. Let's see. Is anyone doing the coloring page for the guild? What medium are y'all using? Well, I hope you're not using watercolor on that because it'll probably disintegrate. That paper is not made for watercolor.
Markers and colored pencils seems to work good.
Yeah. Colored pencils for sure. Do you know Bethany let me use Prismacolor colored pencils the other day?
Wow.
Yep. We had a list of that we were crossing like chunks of this elephant off while we completed like 300 more orders and we'd color it in. And she handed me Prismacolor colored pencils because she loves me.
Yeah. Well, I guess she loves you more than you love her because you won't let her touch your pens.
Yep, that's probably true. Yep, that's an accurate statement. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I gave her a pen to write with.
Here, this only cost $1.99.
Oh, God.
I love you this much.
I love you this
$1.99's
much.
worth.
Meanwhile, she hands me like $1,000 worth of Prismacolor pencils. So funny. Scott, who inspires you the most?
I don't think I have anybody in particular who inspires me the most. Honey, do you need to get a drink of water?
Me. I inspire you.
You don't. There you go.
Really? I don't inspire you at all? Fine. Bethany says, technically she let me write with each of the fancy pens. I was very careful. I did. That is true. That is true. Because she needed
Yeah, but was she making the the whole time?
No, I only do that with you because you draw so hard. I was afraid you were going to break the nib on the fountain pen. That was not okay. You would have pushed that pen down really, really hard. Ghost Clown, the casual, we're making a movie there. You're funny. If you had to pick which art YouTuber would you recommend for beginner artists?
Oh, for a beginner artist. I've only seen a few of their stuff, but there's an artist named Proco who does very like very basic lessons, drawing and whatnot. They might be really good to start off with.
What brushes are you using to? Just tell everybody what you're using right now.
I am using this one is a Marabu or whatever, but I'm using Princeton brushes. I'm using Winsor and Newton cotton. I'm using whatever brushes I have, and then I'm using gouache.
Okay, and the paper is what?
Arches hot press.
Okay. So we are gouache with Arches paper today. Coral Creates is currently trying to figure out what to put in their portfolio so they can get into the art school they want to go to next year.
I would obviously the obvious thing is your best pieces, but also the pieces that best represent the major that you want to do.
They also would like to see the photo reference when you get a second.
Oh, let me see if I can grab it.
I have a question about paints. If you have time, I'm getting bored of acrylics, but I've never been good at watercolors. What is a good mixture between acrylic and watercolor?
Gouache. There is the photo reference.
Leon has an interesting question.
Okay.
Scott, I have a question. I like painting people both with and without clothes on, but people seem upset that I'm painting people without clothes since my kids are younger and say it's a bad example.
That's on them. I mean, you're the parent, and you get to decide what's good for your kids and what's not. There's nothing wrong with your kids being exposed to art. I think, God, art kids have been around. They've been to all the different museums and whatnot. I mean, I don't do nudes, but if that's something that makes you happy and the human body is beautiful, then you do it. If you feel that your art is in any way sexual or suggestive, then I would say then maybe keep it from your kids. But again, you're the parent. You get to decide what's best for your kids, not other people.
I also have a little bit of a different take on that. And I would say that if you took your kids to the Louvre, half of the portraits in the Louvre have the naked human form. And I think there's a difference between people who look at it from an artistic perspective and people who look at it from a non-artistic perspective. Let's just go there. I think if you teach your children that the human body is beautiful and that it's not something to be ashamed of, that's where the difference is.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I grew up not going to museums, not going to galleries or looking at paintings, and I have such a different appreciation for that now than I used to. So that's my 2 cents as a mom. I hope that helps.
But kids will tell you what they feel comfortable and not comfortable with too. So trust them as well.
Yeah, very true. But I think I think a lot of it comes down to how the parents, how you.
No, but do you remember when? The boys were in their teens by that point, but I was starting to put the art on the TV screen. And there was a bunch of nudes.
Yeah.
Because it was not nudes, but it was. I'm trying to remember the artist, but it was like pre-Raphaelite stuff, and so there was like nymphs or something like that, and I think it was Logan or Brendan who said, like, "Really, Dad?" and they didn't feel comfortable, but they were in their teens. I mean, like 18 or something like that at the time. But again, they will tell you.
Yeah, but when they're young, I think, that's your choice. But again, it's different when you're speaking about the human form and how you
Yeah.
portray it.
I think the main point of the question was don't let other people
Yeah.
who are not the parents of your kids tell you what to do with your kids.
Oh my goodness, Box TV sent you a very generous tip.
Oh, thank you, Box TV.
Scott has is it a video or a short on Art Block?
Uh, Both actually.
Okay. And the names of those are?
One is the short is what to do with an artist. I think it's called Artist Block or something, and then I don't remember what the video is for. Um, the video name is.
There is a video game Lux called Everything I Know About Colored Pencils. And that's literally everything Scott knows about colored pencils. So you can start there. Erica's here.
Hey, Erica.
I hope you had a good time on your trip. That just looked like it was so much fun. Box of Bricks wants to know what paint medium is the best in your opinion.
Oh, there's no best. I use gouache when I'm feeling in a gouache mood. I use colored pencils when I use in a colored pencil mood. Markers. So I don't think you should stick to one. I think you should have different mediums for different moods.
Let's see. Do you recommend any colored pencil tutorials? Because I can't find anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you like tutorials, I've done videos. I did a video called Everything I Know About Colored Pencils, and you could try that. I'm having a hard time blending these, or at least just making these feel less.
Let's see. So many videos. Yeah. Let's see. I think the best medium, honestly, really is the one that makes you want to paint, right?
Yeah.
Best kind of gouache you can recommend for a beginner.
For a beginner, I would try the Hemi gouache. There's a link on my site under art supplies I've tried. It's really cheap and it gives you a good feel for it.
Okay, Green Flame asks, do you have any advice on how to not get burnt out while doing big projects? Currently planning on drawing all of my friends as D&D characters and worried about not finishing. PS, love your videos.
Oh, thanks. I would look at the video I did for the guild and kind of do something like that. Plot it out first. Trace it onto the page. And then just give yourself a time limit. I'm only going to spend an hour per character or something like that. I think that's the best way to tackle that.
Didn't you draw Weezer?
Weezer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were the letter W for the
90s, right?
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Bethany has a really interesting take on it. She says, I paint lots of nudes, lots. I also have a daughter, and she has seen them all her life. She is a teen now and is not scarred by it. Paint away.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Bethany.
All right, blow dryer.
Okay, this person, I can't remember where the comment was, but yeah, lots of people are agreeing. People do nudes all the time without it being sexual. Let's see. How do you shade in the right places?
You copy what you see in your photo reference. That's the best practice. Look at your reference. If you're drawing out of your head and you're wanting to know how to shade in the right places out of your head, you just don't have enough experience of drawing the real world to do that. A lot of people just figure, well, I've seen enough anime or I've seen enough this or that, and I should be able to just draw this out of my head. Or maybe there's a tip on YouTube to show me where to add the shadows. It's not. It's studying nature. It's looking at real world and doing a lot of real world drawing. That's when you start to feel comfortable. When you see artists who really get light and shadow and form and function, it's because they've spent a lot of time studying nature, doing figure drawing, going out into the world and drawing.
And practicing.
They're not coming up with that stuff out of their head with no experience of drawing it in real life.
Okay. I'm in need help says, I'm currently working on an art piece, but I'm afraid I might ruin the pencil sketch. Any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, you can always trace it onto another piece of paper. You could take a picture of it. You could scan it in. There's transfer paper is really good.
What's your favorite musical artist or band?
Favorite music artist right now, I think, is still Seal.
Yeah. See, Colleen says the same thing. She says, my mom was an artist and I grew up 4 years old and on and remembering my mom painting several nudes in oil. She was painting an art piece to me even then. My daughter has them now.
Oh, that's great.
It really is all in how you present it. I think the difference is when people are uncomfortable with the human form and tend to push that agenda that they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, blow dryer.
Okay. Then they want to what? Okay. Box TV asks, what watercolor paper brand can you recommend?
I like Be Creative sketchbooks. That's my favorite. But
They are 100% cotton.
yeah, I mean they're the right combination for me of smooth and textured.
How do you decide what colors should be the shadows in watercolors?
Again, always look to your reference, but I like to add purples. I like cool colors. So I'm having a hard time with this part of the body. It's just not clicking. That's why you see me just keep going over and over and over it again. Something's just, it's not working out well, and so I don't know if I should try a flat brush.
Don't ask me. I am not the one to ask. Let's see. Flaxic says, I feel it's weird when people watch me draw in my sketchbook, so I practice when I'm home alone. Any tips for being more comfortable?
I think there's a point in an artist's, I don't want to say career, but
Life?
life, yeah, where you start to accept that there's a little bit of magic in what you're doing, and you kind of embrace that and you share it with other people. Some people don't feel it's magic. They don't feel that it's anything special, and they feel self-conscious about it. But I think at some point you have to say, you know what? This is kind of magical. I could do something that a lot of other people can't do. And I think you just haven't reached that point yet. And there's no rush. But what you're able to do, taking a blank piece of paper and turning it into art, is magical. Don't be ashamed of it, and don't be embarrassed of it.
Okay, let's see. Bach Choice says, I always got so annoyed with people watching me over my shoulder while I was sketching in school. People can be annoying.
Yeah, yeah, especially kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But genuinely, you're allowed to give yourself space. You're allowed to say, "Hey, this is my personal space." But I think
I think it bothers me more than it bothers you.
Yeah,
I think
it
you
does.
just tune everybody out and draw anyway, and I don't
Yeah.
like it when people are leaning over your shoulder. It irritates me. I'm like, leave him alone.
Yeah, but I also feel like if you're making art and someone is interested in the art that you're making or even the process, I think it's not to sound like an art evangelist, but you have the ability to reach somebody and get them interested in art. It's there's right now we're living in a world where everybody's got their head down looking at their phone.
Yeah.
So if you can
honey.
get someone to stop looking at their phone, look at you making art, and then look at what you're drawing and stopping and seeing the world, that's a pretty amazing gift.
That's very true. Very true. Valkyrie just tried painting with gouache for the first time and suffered.
Oh.
How do you get the color to be opaque and smooth at the same time? My pudding dries way too fast.
It's a mixture of water. Make sure that you have a separate palette that you can take it out of the pudding thing, put it down, mix it with enough water to get enough consistency. Mine is I'm putting a lot of water down to get the right consistency.
Okay, Will wants you to know that they made their flag team, so they're going on a plane and flying to Michigan, which is a big deal because I live in Hamilton, Ontario. I'm so happy I made it.
That's amazing. Congratulations. All right, we're going to try. I don't know if this is...
There's videos. This person doesn't have any colors, and they want to know how to draw better with a pencil.
With a pencil. There is a thing on realistic drawing, and I think it's a short.
Let's see. Asher wants to know if this piece has a name.
No.
You typically don't name your pieces.
I don't.
Everybody wants you to name them.
Well, there was the Guild, there was the Gothic Vampire, there's the Alliance, which we never called it that. We always call it the Dragon and the Centaur.
Yeah, I think because people wanted you to name it, but for the last 30 some odd years, you've never named pieces.
I've never been one for naming pieces. No.
You really haven't. Pancake says, whenever I draw a portrait, it doesn't look like the person I'm trying to draw.
Try tracing it.
Let's see. Brazen Hearted is here and says, Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Gail wants to know if there's anything else on the piece you can pivot to so you can come back to the current area later.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of on the hair for now. Trying to decide if I want to. I think this kind of texture might be kind of fun.
Like Rubber Ducky says, hey, Scott and Donna, do you have any advice on how to study works of artists I like? When I look at mine and what I want to put in my work that's inspired from theirs, I feel it doesn't look how I want.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a video, but I think it was a short on how to steal like an artist. That might help, but it's not going to happen the very first time. It's going to be just take a little piece of like what I'm doing with the hair. You could say, I'm going to try that. And try that on 10 pieces, and see how you like it. It could be how I add an outline, and all of these are things I took from somebody else. But what I'm saying is that you can take little bits and try them out on your art. You don't copy the entire everything that artist does. You take little bits, and in doing so, you're studying what makes them them. And I think that's a good thing.
Let's see. You have to give your teachers what they want. So if that teacher doesn't want you doodling on your homework, then maybe you need another piece of paper underneath that you doodle on. It's all about the teacher, you know?
Yeah.
Do you like to look through your old sketchbooks?
I do, the travel ones. Those make me happy because it means I got out of the house and I did something.
It means I got out of the house and I did something. You're funny. Lily doesn't feel good. Feel better,
I'm
Lily.
sorry, Lily.
Let's see. Your bestie sent you a tip,
Oh,
which was
thank
very
you.
sweet. It says amazing art.
Thank you very much.
Little Frog says, hey guys, super encouraged by the stream today. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you're back. You haven't been here in a while. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to take a minute. They're all interacting in the chat today. They're having
great.
so much fun again. Everybody's chit-chatting and giving each other encouragement. And I just love to see that. Scott can't see the chat because he's about 6 feet away from me. But I love to see it when you guys are supportive of each other and you're helping each other through some things. I love to see that, and it's wonderful. So keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Bok Choice says, oh my gosh, I hate the phone culture so much. I never really thought of it that way. Getting people to see your world, not through a screen. Thank you for your perspective on it.
Oh, sure.
Callistus wants to know if you've ever thought of drawing Cave Town.
I have not. I don't know who they are, but I have had a few people request them.
Exuberant wants to know how we are today.
We're doing good, thank you.
It's a Monday. It feels like a Monday, but we're doing good. And you guys are really, you're warming my heart today. I love it when you guys are supportive of each other. Purple Freak says, some of my friends get annoyed that I draw the same character all the time, even though it's the only thing I want to draw as I want to improve. It makes me a bit sad. What should I tell them?
You don't need to really tell them anything, but I did a video, I don't know if it was a video or short, but about drawing my OC all the time.
Yep.
And, just words of wisdom from somebody who did the same thing and went to art school, and people kept saying, why you keep drawing your same character all the time. I didn't improve. It doesn't, you don't improve by drawing your same character over and over and over again. Like, I spent, from when I was 13 to when I was 20, drawing my same character over and over again. And I improved at drawing that character, but my art didn't improve. And all I could do was draw that character. And it wasn't until I started to draw other things that I started to improve as an artist. Just keep that in mind. If it makes you happy, then you keep doing it. But if they're genuinely concerned, if you want to become an artist, like full-time artist, you're going to have to learn to draw something other than your OC. But if you just like drawing this for yourself and that's something that makes you happy and that you're not trying to make a career of it, then you just do it because it makes you happy. But
for growth.
For growth, if you want to become a professional artist, you really need to take some time every day to draw something else. You can always still keep drawing your OC, But speaking from experience, it stunted my artistic growth.
Lamar Junior Art says, "Hi guys, I want to know how I can draw some animals without reference."
You'd have to practice drawing from reference enough to
Yeah.
where you can draw them without reference. Is there a reason why you want to draw them without reference?
They did not say. We'll wait.
But there's a book under my art resources on how to draw animals, and that might help you.
This is a different Gail. This is Gail Doyle says, "I kind of hate my art. I try my best to shade correctly, but my art sucks. Got any tips? By the way, I love your art and you've helped me out a lot."
Oh, thank you.
First of all, you're very hard on yourself.
Yeah, but we all are. I would say, really, just try drawing from reference. Try drawing what you see and practice that. And stop looking at your art as I'm going to make a glorious piece of art, and start looking at it as practice. Like this piece right here is just practice. If I don't like it, who cares? It's just practice. I'm just doing this for fun. Try that. Take the pressure off of your art being perfect or majestic or whatever. I think that'll help you.
Let's see. We just missed a good question. Where'd that go? Yeah, he's never painted The Boy, the Mole, and the Fox, but that's a fantastic book. And right now there are no plans on doing the 2000s music alphabet because we're going to be making our next film. So there just won't be time to do that. Mondays are pretty chill for me. They just feel so Monday sometimes. Sky uses different paper, pretty for different types of things. So this paper is Arch's paper. It is hot press or cold press, babe?
Hot press.
Hot
This is
press
the same
paper.
paper I used for the Guild and for the Dragon and Centaur.
Okay, so there you go. It has a little bit of texture to it. Unless you want to spend a ton of money, I don't recommend it because it's $18 a sheet, and I almost passed out when the woman rang it up. But maybe start a little bit less. Not Bryn wants to know how to draw gravel.
Probably just a lot of dots or scribbles is not bad. Start with the shadows first, and then you can lighten it up if you're working with an opaque medium.
Zahel says, "Good morning, not an artist, just here for the positive vibes as I recover from COVID."
Oh, well, gosh, we're sending you healing
Yeah, I hope you feel
hugs.
better
Yeah,
very
please
soon.
feel better soon.
Very, very soon. I saw somebody asked about 60 days of studying with the masters. Can you put your question in again? Because my chat jumped and I couldn't see it. That was honestly, we were just talking about that last night and how that was like one of our favorite things that Scott's done was 60 days of studying the masters. It was phenomenal. I loved that so much. If you could go back in time, what tip would you give yourself?
Oh, I posted, I answered that very same question on Tumblr. So
there
I
you
would
go.
I would go to Tumblr and check it out. But to summarize,
Let me explain.
yeah, I would say just what I had just told somebody else, which was stop drawing your OC every day. Don't be afraid of paint. I know you are scared because you're going to art school and you're scared of not being very good, and you're really good at colored pencils, but take the time to learn how to paint. Try things. Be open to being bad. I just was so scared of not being good. So I just I did everything with the same medium the whole time, and I didn't use that time to grow, to learn.
I know. With age comes wisdom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And hopefully some of you guys will take our collective years of wisdom and learn from that. Minakshi says, you and Donna are wonderful souls. You're super inspiring, and I've started painting consistently after I started watching your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Good for you. That's great. We do about 90 minutes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are working on Animal Crackers 2.
Yeah, we're still in pre-production. Probably
Contracts and all that kind of
yeah,
happy junk
probably
among fun.
until January.
Let's see. Any recommendations for a budget gouache?
Yeah, Hemi gouache. There is a link to it. I've tried it. It's really good under my art supplies we've tried. Under resources on our website.
There's two lists: art supplies that Scott uses and art supplies that he's tried. And so you can see everything that's in his kit, everything that's on the desk, and you can see everything that he's tried. Let's see. How does it feel to be making another film? Are you excited, nervous, or pretty chill about it? I want to make short films run one day, just random art things. That's exuberant.
Yeah, no, we are over the moon.
Thrilled.
I think we're just still, because we're in this pre-production contract signing stage where we don't have the money yet, and so we're just still cautiously optimistic because we've been here before and things have happened, and you so you just kind of go, we're moving forward, but we're not gonna go and start celebrating just yet.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing to do, to make films. Very interesting.
Yeah, making a film is such a huge collaborative effort, and it's costs so much money. So it's not something where you can just say, "Hey, I'm going to will this to happen. I'm going to do this." You can't. You need your investors in place. You need studios in place. You need all of your team and and all of that. So there's so many moving parts, and I'm an artist, not a money person, and so there's a lot of parts where I'm just Donna and I neither are just the type of people who can
I'm not
gather.
a salesperson.
Yeah, we're not salespeople. We can't convince people to move quicker and to do this and do that. So it's a lot of just waiting and hoping.
Yeah. Which is very frustrating because you provide all of the information and then you sit and you wait for somebody to say, we're going to greenlight that and provide you with funding. And you're like, la, 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 la. And then they say, we need this. Can you turn this around right now? And so we'll give them something in like 2 hours. And then they'll wait 2 weeks to get back to us. So...
And this is nothing with the people we're dealing with. This is just
how it's
of
been
other people. But
historically speaking, that's how it's all worked for us. And so the waiting's always the hardest part. It's like Christmas, right? You're waiting for Christmas Day, and you're a kid, and it's just it's like that with anything. The waiting's always the hardest part. Waiting before vacation, Callista says, I'm not trying to be annoying. You're not, with this many questions. But I just heard the time travel question, and if you could travel to one place in time, where and when would you go?
Future. No particular place, but the future. I just want to see how humanity does, and hopefully it's a Star Trek future and not a Mad Max future.
Oh, it wasn't a question. Okay, thanks, book lover. Appreciate that. Doug says, hey, Scott, I love your videos. I was wondering if you had any words of wisdom. All day at work, I think of going home and working on my art. But once I get home, I'm so tired. I'm too tired to want to. Please, any advice?
Oh yeah, no, I've
Makes
been
total
there and done
sense.
that.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, creatively, just physically exhausting. Work sucks. I would try. You can do two things. You can either carry a sketchbook with you and do little doodles throughout the day just so you can practice drawing things. Carry a sketch wallet, or a little sketchbook, and while you're in meetings and whatnot, fill out stuff, sketch during lunch. That's one thing. The other thing you could do, which is what I used to do, was I would have a larger piece I would be working on. So at least when I would come home, I didn't have to think about what to do. It'd be something like this, where I'd just go, okay, I'm just going to sit here and work on the hair for half an hour. And I feel like I at least got something done. So you could do something like The Guild or something where you have a whole bunch of characters and you're like, okay, tonight I'm going to work on this character. Get that character done. And, it's kind of like working on a paint by numbers or a giant puzzle or something.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to think about something new every day.
This person says, I'm a small creator with autism and you were my inspiration
Oh,
to actually start. So thanks a lot.
thank you.
How can you fit your whole reference on the paper? I'm drawing two people in one drawing and they don't fit.
Try projecting it. Try tracing it. Do a light pencil. But, I've got two characters on this one thing. And, do a thumbnail so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like.
Okay, so this person says, I don't know if you can say things 2 times. This is my first time on your live. I'm transgender and pansexual. Do you support? And then they're telling us what they want to be called. It's hard for me to remember all the names, but I'll do my best because some people have a different name than their screen name. So
Yeah, but of course we support. I've done posters of transgender. We've done, was it pansexual too?
that was in the 20. That was in
Yeah, no, I'm saying is that the two
Yes,
that they
yes,
mentioned?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we 100% support, and
We're a safe place.
yeah, and we love you.
Scott's pink cup looks like hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I watched your color pencil video, and Jonathan doesn't understand how you put purples and greens on the skin tones, and somehow it blends well.
It is really, there's a video on don't ask me how to do coloring skin tones or something like that. Take a look at that and see. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason my uncle Dave would add, he did pastel portraits, and he would have these blues and greens and purples in the skin, and
He did.
yeah, and I kind of picked up on that, and but it's really, you kind of have to start to see it yourself to do it, but you don't have to do that. I just think it's fun.
Yaddy's Chaos is going to Dollywood tomorrow. Do you have any tips for handling autism?
Oh, headphones, noise canceling headphones, and I would say give yourself an out. Give yourself, find a quiet spot or go back to the hotel if you're staying in a hotel when you're overstimulated. You got to be kind to yourself, and be vocal. Advocate for yourself. If you're going to a crowded restaurant or something, and you're allowed to ask, say, I'm autistic, and is there a quiet spot that I could sit and eat?
Yeah. When was the last time you drew a basic stick man? Never.
Yeah.
I've never seen you do a basic. He doesn't do basic anything. As a matter of fact, I don't think the word basic and you should ever be in the same sentence. Oh, gosh. Do you have any good YouTube drawing tutorials? I really want to indulge in art, mainly landscaping or other OG designs. I don't care as long as it's some good quality tutorials.
Check out my videos under my video section, but I don't know of any. I would look to James Gurney for landscapes.
Oh yeah, he does beautiful landscapes. Faye says, "Hi, how are you doing? I was curious to know what creativity means to you."
Creativity means to me, I think creativity for me means looking at something in a way that is different than the norm. So, creatively, like when I'm going to write something, I try to think of, well, I like this, and this. How do I take these things and turn it into something new? And I think to me that's creativity. It's seeing something differently than is normal. So rather than people who are like, I'm going to make another Star Wars movie, it would be somebody who would say, I want to do something that's a little bit of Buck Rogers, a little bit of Flash Gordon, a little touch of Star Wars, you know, a little this, a little John Carter of Mars, and I'm going to, do that. And I think that's creativity, is when you don't just copy, is when you create.
Okay. Shamas wants to know how to draw hair. What videos? What are they
I
called?
don't have a
Videos
single
on?
video, but I've got a bunch of shorts. Look to the shorts.
Okay. Bethany put a video in there on drawing hair, so you can check those out. Doug says, "Thank you for the advice."
Of course.
Let's see. Gail says, "Thanks for supporting me. My mom and dad don't, so it feels really good that adult supports."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I am really sorry about that. You're always welcome here. Zero judgment, all love. You're always welcome here.
You're valid and you're loved. Just
That's it.
you do what you need to do to be safe, and find people who will accept you, and treat other people with kindness and acceptance,
Yeah.
because you know what it's like.
Trying to do the white outline like you do on one of my watercolor paintings, but it did not work and I kind of ruined it. How do you make your outline so good? I tried gouache and colored pencil, but it didn't look good.
You know what? You'll see me in some of my lives trying it, and I will go through different things. Sometimes the uniball signal will work. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes a colored pencil works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I use acrylic, the acrylic markers. Sometimes I use gouache. It really just depends on the paper. It depends on the finish of the painting. You just don't know. So it's trial and error. You're gonna try a bunch of different stuff. I don't think you ruin the piece. You just haven't found the right medium yet. But it's never the same for me, unfortunately.
Splatter Does Stuff sent you a really nice tip.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Hudson says, "You might be a tetrachromat, Scott. I think that's what it's called. I'm one too. It just means you have more color receptors in your eyes than most people."
I've heard that.
That would not surprise me. Not one bit. Because you do see things that other people do not see. surprised at all. Let's see, where was that one? How do you find good reference images?
Searching, and there are some that I purchased. There's a list of the free and purchased photo references that I have used on my site. Under resources, you will find them there.
What tea am I drinking this morning? The Harrods Knightsbridge Blend tea. And Faye wants to know what creativity means to me. That's a good question. Right now, it means being able to write in my journal. I am not a traditional artist like Scott is. I don't paint. I have no desire to paint, but I love to write. So I make sure that I make time for that every day. And that makes me happy. I like colors a lot and want to know how to buy the right vibrant colors in paints and markers.
Usually with money.
Scott.
Well, I mean, that's how you buy them. But I honestly, there's no everybody's taste. It's like asking, how do you buy the right clothes? Everybody's taste in colors is different. What's vibrant to you might be different for me. Some people love working with neon colors. Some people love working with pale greens and beiges. Really, your palette is an extension of you.
That's true.
So you really just need to try buying a set or individual paints and seeing if that's something that you like. But no, there's no, I didn't take a class on it or anything like that. You just look at other people's arts and say, ooh, I like how they did this, or I like how they did that. And add that to your style.
Have you ever painted Fleetwood Mac?
I don't think so. I think I've painted Stevie Nicks maybe once.
Yeah, the lead singer, right?
Yeah.
There are no plans right now for another big painting like the Guild. Do you have a favorite type of color code, like warm and cold colors?
Not particularly, no. I have certain colors that you'll see me use together, like pinks and teals, or oranges and purples, but nothing specific.
Let's see. Scott has drawn anime characters. He draws with Kim the first Saturday of the month. Let's see. Who is your favorite Avatar: The Last Airbender character?
I gotta think it's probably Toph.
Why?
I don't know. She's just
Angry all the time?
no. She's just. I think she was just fun.
Dennis says it's always creators writing themselves into their stories. Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby. Why do you think these characters are their alter egos?
I think writing comics every month is gets a little dull, and sometimes you have to have a little fun. And I think they just did it for fun.
I think you gotta have fun with the story.
Yeah.
Let's see. Superman or Batman, and why?
Superman. I like heroes that want to make the world a better place, and Their motives are pure. I love Batman. I think he's great, but his is all about vengeance and whatnot. And I just think that is not a good example for the rest of the world. That's not a hero in that way. So yeah.
Rennie is planning and participating in NaNoWriMo and is going to write the prequel to the novel they're writing now. For context, NaNoWriMo is the National Novel Writing Month.
Oh.
And it is where you are challenged throughout the month of November to write, correct me if I'm wrong, Rennie, I think it's like 1,000 words a day that you're supposed to write. So that by the time you're done with the month, you have like 30,000 words. You have like a novel, basically.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Faye says, that's cool, Donna. I had a professor that used to say that writing is an urge/spark that not many people have. I just want to say that creativity is not inclusive to art. It's not. I mean, art can be anything you want it to be. I think writing is an art form. I think sculpture is an art form. I mean, there's so many different sewing is an art form. Knit and crochet is an art form. It doesn't just have to be painting. Logical says, my therapist recently recommended I start journaling. I've ordered some stuff that arrives today to help me get started. Do you have any tips or advice on getting started?
I think that's more towards you, right?
Yeah. I would just set aside a specific time every day to do it. That's what's helped me the most, to be perfectly honest. Every night after dinner, we eat dinner, we'll go outside and get some fresh air. We'll maybe have a little dessert. And then Scott goes downstairs, to hear the Hobbit hole, and I'll go and sit at my desk and write. It doesn't hurt that I have a favorite pen that I write with, and I have a favorite notebook that I write with. Those things just make it a little more fun. But the thing I think that helps the most is just to set that time. I'm going to spend time writing in my journal at this time, and don't have any expectations either. Just write whatever comes into your mind. You don't have to write the great American novel, you just don't. Just write whatever's there. Let's see. What else we got today? We have not read the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, but our boys have. There used to be, when they were younger, there used to be snickering and laughter and all of those things. Let's see. Will you draw the Legend of Zelda stuff again?
I'd never say never. I love the Zelda stuff, so.
Loaf of Bread made an OC where the hair should really stand out. I decided on a fluoro. Fluoro. I don't know what that is. Orange. What color should I... Oh, there you go. Thank you. What color should I use for the background so that it stands out even more?
Well, I think if you're going to use a very, very bright fluorescent color for the hair, using a dark or muted color for the background will make it stand out. You don't want competing colors.
Let's see. 50,000 words in a month. Thanks, Rennie. I still think that's really cool. I thought about doing that. I just haven't been able to gather the gumption to do that yet. Let's see. Gwendolyn Art says, Scott, when you paint black women's hair, it's almost always 4C type curls. Have you tried looser curls?
I have. I'm sure I have. I actually did a short on drawing Afro-textured hair, and I've drawn so many different styles. I think the model that I'm using has very tight curls, and so I think whenever you're seeing me do this, it's because I'm working from a model and getting inspired by that. But I'm sure I have done looser curls.
Not Bryn wants to know if you can flip the painting to the other side real quick so their mom can see the other side.
I still need to work on the ears and some other stuff. And of course, I'm going to maybe do something for the background. But yeah, right now I'm just at the point where I'm going to blend the hair together.
Yeah, that's
But,
nice.
Again, really, this has just been something for me to do. Just so that way I don't have to
On a scrap of paper.
wake up. Yeah, it's a scrap piece of paper, but I don't have to wake up and go, what am I going to do? So I think I can just noodle it for a while and be okay with it. But I might give her a little more of an expression since the other one has a very extreme expression. But I'm just going to use this time to just play around. I think next on Wednesday, on Wednesday,
Okay.
I'll maybe finish the hair, and then I could start the background, just kind of add a little bit of a pattern, then the outlines, and just kind of tighten some stuff up.
So
But
much work in one painting that's like a quote unquote practice painting.
yeah. I think we're going to end a little early because we have lunch that we're going to with some friends, and I want to make our son some breakfast. He's not feeling very well today. So we're going to maybe end it a little early. And
Yeah. Thanks
That's
for being
it.
here with us, everybody.
yeah, thank you for hanging out
We
with us.
appreciate it.
And-
Your conversation has been quite lively today, and I've appreciated that. And thanks
Yeah.
for being so nice to each other. It's really refreshing, believe me. The world is a crazy place, but this has been a lovely chat this morning. So
Yeah.
thank all of you for being a part of it. You can look up NaNoWriMo. Just look up National Novel Writing Month. They have a website. But thanks for being here, everybody, and we will see you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
Bye, everybody.